So we got tomatoes in the garden are starting to bloom. So that's a good sign. Need to do a little weeding today. But yeah, tomatoes are looking healthy over here. You can see them growing up over there too. So update on the garden today. It's going to be a hot one today, so I'm out here watering early. Over here we have our pumpkin and corn and beans, Three Sisters patch. The corn is now in many places more than knee high, so that's great. We have some sunflowers in the perimeter as well, which are doing nicely. And then over on this side, we have tomatoes growing great. I have to move some of them apart. They are doing pretty wonderfully. And over on this side, as I said previously, the goal was to put corn in here, and there is some corn, but there's definitely not enough. I don't know if I just got a bad batch of seeds. I actually tried it twice to plant corn in here. It definitely needs to be weeded, obviously. Weeding is just never any battle. But hoping by the time the pumpkins get big enough soon, to crowd out some of the weeds. But so that's what we got going on this end. Over here we have blueberries coming in. So that's exciting. I don't know if we're going to even have enough for pie because we have some that are smaller, and obviously I'm embarrassed by some of the weeds over here too still. But these ones are younger, so they don't have as many berries on them yet. But, hopefully by next year. Over in the raised beds, of course, in this raised bed, we definitely need to do some more weeding. The crabgrass is crazy. We have a nice bushel of oregano. We have cucumbers coming in. So we'll have cucumbers over here. I might plant some more over here. I had planted parsley, but again, I don't know if I got just old seeds or what the story is, but it didn't really ever come out. Over here we have a small pumpkin patch again. These I think are going to be a smaller variety of pumpkin, obviously. And we have more over here, sunflowers again. And then you can see over here on this end, we have planted sunflowers again around the perimeter. We had planted cucumbers by seed over here, but it doesn't seem like they're taking. And obviously the weeds are taking over, so that's stuff for us to do this week. There's going to be a lot of weeding this week, obviously. But these are doing well in here. And over here in this raised bed, I've got to figure out, maybe they just need more fertilizer, but my peppers are not growing much at all. The other stuff, like cilantro here, is growing wild. I don't know if you can see with my hand. It's we've trimmed this back, but it grows very fast. And it looks like we're going to get coriander seeds if I don't start picking off some flowers. So that's looking nice. As ever, our peppermint patch is going crazy. We've been making a lot of peppermint tea, which is pretty popular. People like it. Getting dehydrated leaves and then putting them in tea bags. So that's great. And then over here, we have tomatoes, and this is was mustard greens. It flowered out over the weekend, seems like. We've been picking out the flowers. I may have to just pull it up at this point. It's getting out of control. Again, we have more cilantro over here and some greens and stuff. So overall, we're pretty good. We have some parts that do need to be fixed, but still early in the season. There's some things that I can definitely put in places, and hopefully we'll get some time to weed. Probably not today because it's going to be harder than heck, but we'll get it done this week. Maybe be weeding in the rain, but at least it won't be hot. So we're out here doing some serious weeding today. What is it? The 26th? Corn is way higher than knee high, so that's great. But unfortunately, the soil is so good that everything wants to grow here. It needs to go away. So we'll be doing this for a while today. So we got most of this area weeded. I mean, there's some areas we'll have to come back after lunch or come back tomorrow and grab them. But overall, it's definitely looking a lot healthier. A little bit more to do. We're starting to get tomatoes in our garden, so that's cool. I just noticed this morning, or just now, so I thought I'd capture the moment. We're going to start weeding this out a little bit, but it's good to see tomatoes are coming. Over here we have our tomatoes are growing high. I may have to start clipping those to the net. We have cilantro just growing wild in here. We have cilantro growing all over the garden. It tends to spread. What I've noticed, you put it in one place and then the next year it's somewhere else. It's some very nice kale that we had planted in early spring. We have tomatoes coming in here. I'll have to clip those up today too. But this area is looking nice as well. Right here we have more cilantro and some greens and some baby pumpkins. And tomatoes growing over here as well. Peppermint's looking awesome as ever. Our pepper plants, I may have to dig those up and aerate the soil. I don't know if they get compact. We'll add some fertilizer as well today as well, but I gotta do something because they're really not growing at a rate that I would like. Over in this area, we have this one random piece of corn. I don't know. Corn must have got mixed in with this marigold seed somehow. I'm just letting it go out of curiosity. This marigold is huge though. I don't know if you can tell by the size of my hand, but it's big. We have cucumbers growing in here. Obviously these need some TLC too. I just cannot get the crabgrass to go away. But we'll have to think of something today. And then we have more craziness growing over here. Sunflowers are growing out of control. You know, you have a couple varieties of pumpkins in this patch. Growing them in pretty tight, so we'll see how that goes. And sometimes I just like to see how much I can pack into one area. Gives me data for next year. But anyhow, that's a giant sunflower, so those are going to be beautiful when they bloom in the fall. And these pumpkins over here are doing amazing. I may have to take a look at this soil on this end. I got compost and garden soil, but for whatever reason I can't get things to grow in this area. But it's something else to figure out. So today is June 30th. Looking in the garden today, and pumpkin patch is exploding. Our corn is up to my hip in most places at this point. As ever, we need to do a little bit of weeding in this garden, so I'll probably do some of that today when the group comes over. Looks like we had a little rain last night, so that's good. I have this rhubarb plant that was in the greenhouse, and then I transplanted it on Friday. A lot of times they get sad when they get moved, so hopefully that will recover. I'll be sad if I kill it because it was doing great in the greenhouse, but it couldn't stay in the container that it was in. Lots of weeding to do over here too, but we do have horseradish going on. The potatoes are doing excellent. So I'm really looking forward to our first batch of potatoes this year. Over on this side, the corn is really taking off. I have corn and pumpkins over here, and some beans. We've had problems with the beans not growing to their full potential. We did weed the heck out of this Thursday and Friday, but the corn is looking great and the pumpkin's looking great. The corn, as I said in the last segment, in the other patch is up to my hip. It's sprung a lot more prolifically here, and I'm not sure why it didn't take in the other area. I've tried it twice, but I don't know if I just got some bad seeds or what the story is. But on this side, we've got lots and lots of corn, so hopefully that will continue to do great. And yeah, overall, we've had some successes, we've had some failures. That's kind of the way it goes. I'm definitely happy with the corn and pumpkins. So today we added rosemary and Thai basil and some dill. We also have some sage growing over there. So it's kind of expanded this raised bed a little bit. As always, we have the oregano over here and trying to grow some cucumbers. We transplanted them to look like they were getting low root bound where they were. So now we added some fertilizer and put them in here. So hopefully those are coming along.